So the new iPhones have come out, and because I thought I needed a new phone, I decided to upgrade from the iPhone 13 Pro Max to the iPhone 15 Pro Max and do a comparison, see how it's stacked up against my professional camera, my Canon R5. So I wanted to make this video kind of a photographer's review, since photography is one of the ways that I make my living here on Maui. I'll throw up just a string of photos, A and B, see if you can guess which is which. I've tried to throw in some curveballs, just changing up the aspect ratios, and then I've tried to edit them to make them as similar as possible. Again, this comparison is silly, but I think it's fun, and I think it just goes to show what the new iPhone can actually do. A was the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and B was my Canon R5. Could you tell the difference? Was it tough? Was it obvious? Let me know. For me, there were a couple tricky parts when I was editing, and I kind of forgot which was which. And I also just want to mention portrait mode really quick, because portrait mode can seem kind of gimmicky, and maybe it is, but I think it's doing some really cool stuff and has definitely improved from the iPhone 13 Pro Max, my previous phone. Especially when you're in kind of that live mode and picks up on a person or an animal. When editing, you can go in and change your depth of field, making it more shallow or not. And you can also kind of pick your focal point, which is crazy. And for the most part, it does a pretty dang good job. Like, obviously, it can't get all the little fine details all the time, but this is way better than my 13 Pro Max. So it's not something that I'm gonna shoot with all the time, but having this feature, being able to see what Apple's able to do with this, it's just really, really cool. So Apple has touted 7 different lenses. There aren't really 7 different lenses. They crop in on a couple of the actual 3 lenses to give you a couple more. So you've got the wide angle at 13 millimeter. You have the one-time zoom at 24 millimeters. That's the 48 megapixel camera, which I was really excited about. And within that lens, you can go from 24 to 28 to 35 millimeter. And then there's also the 2x telephoto lens, which is about 48 millimeters. And lastly, the 5x telephoto zoom at 120 millimeter, which is what really got me excited. Now again, it's not an actual 120 millimeter. It crops in on the sensor, but you're still getting a nice 12 megapixels to work with, and the quality looks pretty dang good. So I know this phone has a lot more features than what I'm gonna be talking about. Again, this is what I was excited about. This is a review that was practical for me and my workflow, what I'm gonna use this for, which kind of brings me to my overall thoughts of this new iPhone 15 Pro Max. I think this is a great step up from my 13 Pro Max, and I don't think this is ever going to replace any of my mirrorless cameras, my R5, but I do think this is something I'm gonna use a lot more, especially for social media work, both just to post when I wanna post something fun, but even using it on a few different gigs that I get. There's times where it's quicker, it's better, it's easier to just take out your phone and grab a shot, whether that's for stories or for a quick post on Instagram. The quality of the camera kind of surprised me. There were times where I was like, wait, is this the R5 or is this my iPhone? And when you zoom in and when you kind of do your pixel peeping, it's pretty obvious which is which. But I just think this is a great tool that I can use in conjunction with the tools that I already have. This is something that I'll be able to bring to a shoot to get a couple extra shots, to be able to get a quick shot, and something that I know that I'm not going to be sacrificing too much quality on. It still takes a great photo. So this is something I'm excited about, that I'm stoked to have in my pocket with me all the time, and something that just makes it easy and makes it fun to go out and shoot. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments below. Is this a phone that you want? Do the photo capabilities impress you, not impress you? Do you want it? Do you need it? Let me know all your thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. As always, if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help and make a difference. And I'll see you on the next video. Do the